Ladies and gentlemen, the director of the Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy, Mrs. Kathy Tasker.
What a great audience. We like your support and enthusiasm because we've been telling these young people how proud you are of them. So welcome to our 39th graduation exercise. This class started in this very building 22 weeks ago, but the atmosphere was a little different. They were anxious, some were afraid, some were even a little tearful. And that's just the family members. Things have changed a lot in the last 22 weeks. And today we're all back in the building full of support, enthusiasm, and pride. It's a happy day and a good day to celebrate. I'd like to recognize some of the different groups that have made this day possible. And I want to start with the parents of the cadets, the families of the cadets. You knew how valuable education was going to be in your child's life, and you found an alternative to public school so that that goal could be met in your child's life. If you're the parent or guardian of one of our graduates, please stand and be recognized. Really is as much for you as it is for them. Without the sacrifices of our military service men and women, we wouldn't be able to gather here today to experience such a celebration. If you are a veteran or a current member of the armed services, please stand and receive our thanks. On the federal side today, we have our USPFO, Colonel Ed Muth, and the Federal Program Manager, Colonel Terry Mills. Please stand and be recognized for your support and help. ChalleNGe truly would not exist without the financial support of our state legislature. That's where 25% of our funding comes from. I know that we have one of our delegate-elects with us, but if we have any other House or Senate members, please stand so we can thank you for your continued support. All of the people in this room, from this point forward, are now honorary recruiters for the Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy. We need to serve more students. So if you like the results you see today, we want you to spread the word. Tell your church groups, tell your civic groups, tell your public schools. Help us get the word out so that more young West Virginians can come through this program. We believe that it's wonderful. We believe the results are amazing, but we need to serve more teenagers. So go out and help us recruit. We'll appreciate that work. We couldn't ask for a better supporter, even a better recruiter, than our next guest. One of his personal goals is to increase the utilization of the Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy. It's his goal for us to serve more students. He has made the expansion of Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy one of his personal and professional priorities. With over 25 years of military experience, he was appointed to the position as the Adjutant General for the state of West Virginia in 2011. Please make welcome Major General James Poyer.
On behalf of Governor Earl Ray Tomlin, our Commander-in-Chief, and the 6,500 men and women of the West Virginia National Guard, I welcome all of you today to this ChalleNGe Academy graduation. I have a couple things I'd like to accomplish. First, I want to introduce some folks. A couple of key people that I want to introduce that are the heart of the beginning of Mountaineer Challenge and the reason that it's still here today. We have with us our former director, Hugh Dobson, who graduated over 2,500 cadets in his tenure. Someone who has not only been my mentor and much more than that to me, but also the individual who helped get Mountaineer Challenge as one of the 2 original programs in the United States of America back in 1993. I call him the father of challenge, retired Major General Alan Tackett. And I have one of my staff who recruited a ChalleNGe Academy cadet for this class, and for the young ladies in the ChalleNGe program graduating today, I want you to know that Colonel Paige Hunter was the first female to ever serve as the Director of Operations for the West Virginia National Guard. Paige, stand up. So cadets, this is about the future. It's about success. And ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I need a little bit of audience participation to help me with the last 2 things that I want to accomplish here. First and foremost, you won't find a more dedicated and capable staff for a challenge program anywhere else in the country. And I want to once again recognize the people who put their heart and soul for the last 22 weeks in making sure these young people are successful. Help me recognize again the Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy staff. Cadets, I can't tell you how proud we are of you, of what you've taken on and what you've accomplished. But I'm going to ask the audience to help me one more time here. And I want all of us to show you, beyond being proud of you, how much we respect you for what you've taken on in your life in the last 22 weeks. Help me recognize it. You're the future success of this nation. At no time since its foundation has the nation needed young men and women to step up and drive this country in the right direction. That's what your challenge is beyond this 22 weeks of Mountaineer Challenge. And I tell my staff on a regular basis and all the men and women a story about the West Virginia National Guard and West Virginia and our heritage. And I know they get tired of hearing it sometimes, but it's something that we as a state need to constantly remember where we come from and what we mean to this nation, even though we're small in size and population. In 1775, when General Washington was appointed the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, he put out a call to the colonies for militia companies, the modern-day National Guard, to step forward and make up the formation of the Continental Army. 2 companies from western part of Virginia stepped up and made the move to Cambridge. One of those mustered at Shepherdstown and marched 600 miles in 24 days to become a part of the original formation, one of the 13 original militia companies of the Continental Army. Of those 13 companies, the only one that's carried continuous lineage from 1775 to today is Captain Hugh Stevenson's company from Shepherdstown, which is a part of the 201st Field Artillery, West Virginia National Guard. That's your heritage. The challenge from now forward is take that heritage and the success and the respect that you've earned and created for yourself and move forward and make a difference in this nation. It's my privilege to introduce our guest speaker. General Tackett and I both have tried over the years to bring guest speakers who not only can give words of wisdom to our cadets, but also who've played a role in making ChalleNGe Academy successful. Well, our guest today, Senator Eric Wells from Kanawha County, is not only a lieutenant commander in the Navy Reserve, but also serves as the chairman of the Senate Military Committee and the vice chairman of the Senate Education Committee. It's my honor and privilege to introduce someone who's not only an important asset in the state Senate to our state, but a strident and strong supporter of the West Virginia National Guard and our veterans in this ChalleNGe program. Please help me introduce Senator Eric Wells.
As I started to think about what I would write and what I would say, I've been in the legislature for 6 years, and every year students from the Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy will come to my legislative office. And I know about the past and the difficulties that they have had, and I'm proud to welcome them in because I know the journey that they have been on and the journey that they're going through. So I started to think to myself about expressions in life. And we have all heard that expression that life is not fair. Well, I'm here to tell you that that expression is true. It is often the statement made by people who feel like life has let them down, that they didn't get what they wanted in life because they fell on hard times. They didn't have the education needed, or perhaps they didn't come from the right family. Those same people, though, who claim that life is not fair, fail to recognize that life also is not unfair. The first key to life is to know this. Life really doesn't care if you win or lose, if you are rich or poor, if you are college educated, or you simply have a high school education. Remember, cadets, and everyone in this auditorium, whenever you hear the statement from someone that life isn't fair to describe their luck in life, you will now know that they are simply making an excuse. Only you can control your destiny. 22 weeks ago, you took charge of your life. You accepted responsibility for your past and took the steps to create a better future for you. I'm proud of you. The staff at the Mountaineer ChalleNGe Academy is proud of you, and your family, above all, is proud of you. But look in the mirror when you go home, because you need to be proud of yourself for what you have done and what you have accomplished. You realize that you have taken charge of your life and your destiny. You are graduating today because of two other keys to life: persistence and attitude. Your class started with 137 students, but only 99 of you are graduating today. You are the students who showed the persistence and the right attitude to succeed, and today you have. Persistence, the second key to life, can best be described as never giving up. You simply accept that quitting is not an option ever. When failure comes, and it will, others will say that life wasn't fair. But you will say, what happened? What can I take away from this learning experience? So when you push on, as you will succeed. That is persistence. So now you know that life is neither fair nor unfair, and persistence will lead to success, because others will surely quit when the going gets tough, but you won't. The final key to life is attitude. Attitude is everything. It is how we look at life and how we look at others. We all know people in our lives that when you tell them something you are excited about, they will turn to you with statements like, "You can't do that. You're not smart enough to do that. That won't work." People have tried that before you and they have failed. I don't think you should do that because you will fail and others will think that you're a failure. These statements and many, many more from people who have a negative mindset. That person can be a family member, close friends, but those statements and those thoughts do not have to be your thoughts. Some people are always looking for excuses of why something can't be done. They are more concerned about what others will think instead of daring to do great things for themselves. They are followers and not leaders. And because of their negative attitudes, they will never fulfill their dreams. The good news is you don't have to have a life like this. And indeed, you have demonstrated through the last 22 weeks that despite your past, you are not followers. You will walk out of this room as future leaders. So I want to leave you here today with feeling like any dream that you have is really possible. It is your dream and it can come true. Because remember, don't blame life. It doesn't care if you win or lose. But life is not unfair either. Every person that succeeds had to overcome obstacles. And you have already shown you will overcome obstacles. And persistence means so much. So many people will quit before the finish line. Don't quit. And remember, attitude, attitude. Believe in the power of positive self-talk. Don't settle for life that you wish you had. Settle for the life you want to have. Thank you and congratulations.